here we
It's a
are.
sign. This is a sign.
It's a sign of what is coming down in our life today. There's no introduction this morning, and
No.
so you get us live and ready to go. No introduction. So I'm going to
Yeah.
go over to my Facebook and I'm going to share.
If
Can't
you
play the
would
selected
also,
video. It says please try again or contact support. No time for that. We are live.
no. And if you would go and like, follow, and share this out with your friends. And so that you
Yes.
can be also notified that when we go live and we just kind of pop up like this anymore, because that's what
Yeah.
happens. And we just go with it.
And Remy pops up every once in a while.
You know.
Hopefully,
And
things behind me today will be a little less dramatic than it was in weight loss
maybe.
support last night because there were some shenanigans happening in the middle of weight loss
There was a
support.
lot. There was a lot of things going on back there.
Oh,
But
yes.
the biggest thing is just the outcome of what happened and what people saw in
I
your
was getting
background.
I was getting text messages from clients that said, I don't think you knew, but the black dog had the entire brown dog's head in his mouth a couple of times during the meeting. I don't know what was happening behind me, but. And then I picked up Charlotte, our Shih Tzu, in the middle of it, trying to rescue her from the shenanigans. And he grabbed her tail. I had the front of Charlotte, and it was a tug of war
Oh
with the
my
Shih Tzu.
goodness.
So yeah, hopefully today will be much calmer, much calmer. So yeah, I feel incomplete because there was no introduction. There was no, if you are a techie and have some sort of streaming software that you use, I am not
Yeah.
opposed to. I'm not opposed to changing companies. Restream is not a
It
friend of
might just
ours.
be a general world right now because I can't even share it.
You can't share your Facebook?
I can't even I don't know what's happening. It's so
Huh.
weird.
Wow.
Anyway,
Well, how are you doing this morning, Coach?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, my okay, so Friday I've been doing a facial because
Mm.
I was spending so much money getting my nails done and that was like I wasn't even excited about the nails.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I like to cut my nails short.
Oh yeah.
Um Anyway, and then I decided, with my hair, I don't do a whole lot with my hair. So I'm going to do some special things for myself by
Uh huh.
getting a facial.
Yeah. We
Well,
call that self care.
that's self-care. That was
Uh
the
huh.
word I was trying to look for.
Yeah.
Um but there was not only did I have poison ivy last week. I was battling poison ivy.
That was what that
Um
was. I
it
thought
was
it was
yeah,
a allergic reaction to your tree. That was
I
poison
know
ivy.
it was
Oh,
poison ivy.
lovely.
I just didn't scratch it. It wasn't like I don't know. Um then I had my shoulder cuff decided to go wiggy again, and I just made that word up. It went wiggy, where
Oh
it just
my
stopped
word.
working again. I couldn't lift it,
Oh
and I was
my.
like, "Oh, this is like a repeat of the past 2 years about
Uh
this
huh.
time." So
Yeah.
I bet was under attack last week. So I went and
Jeez.
got my facial done,
Uh huh.
and she massaged my shoulder and my
Uh huh.
back, and I fell asleep
Wow.
on the table, and
Wow.
I can lift my arm now.
Oh
So,
wow. That's great. That
the
is.
moral of this story is if you're broken and if you got something going on, more than likely it could just be something that's pinched
Yeah. Totally.
and go take care of it.
Yeah.
Don't just deal with the pain.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're better.
Me too.
Glad you're
How was
better.
your week?
I am still sitting in the middle of a bathtub in my living room, a toilet, shiplap, um, remodeling and reconstructing and working with contractors are really, especially when they're a lone, a lone guy, is a little frustrating. I'm putting on my patience hat and saying at
Yeah,
the end of the day, if I have a bathtub, come January, uh, I'm gonna be thankful. But I can't get
right.
into Christmas spirit yet, and I don't get into that till after Thanksgiving. But I'm concerned that I'll still not be able to because there's nowhere to sit. And where
Right.
am I going to
Well,
put these
this
people? So, construction, if you have any tips for me on that, the guy's a good he's a good construction worker and he's a good contractor, but he is very much liked around here, which means I have to be
you
patient.
have to share them.
I have to share him.
You have to share
I
them.
just point blank asked him this week, and I'll share who he is if he does a good job. I told him, I said, "Listen, I want to give you a good review here, but can I be your only client for a while?" Apparently, that's not a thing. He's like, "Well, typically I have about two
No.
that I bounce back, and I'm like, "But."
Well,
So
if
I
there's
am
something that has
frustrated.
to be halted on in one job, that he can go to another job
Yeah.
and
Well,
constantly be busy. That makes sense
yeah, and
until they overlap.
when he starts tearing things apart and taking out the shower, then he's like, "I've got to, like, have you where I can," so I understand that he's finishing up old jobs but I'm getting anxious and I'm not praying for patience. So,
Yes.
by
You're not
January
praying for it?
no. If you pray
Oh.
for patience, he will give it to you, and I don't want it. Oh,
Well, you can
so
come to my house.
let's start out by talking about things that we're annoyed about today.
Oh, we're good at that. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
Let me tell you something I'm annoyed at
Okay.
today. It's
Okay.
scrolling through, and you only have to go as past, your scrolling feed to find something you're annoyed with. But, I you lose weight how you lose weight, right? You choose how you lose weight, you choose the program. We'll tell you what works, what doesn't work. But I was scrolling through my Facebook and I saw a semaglutide support group, and these people in the semaglutide support group were like, "Who all in here?" And they're all praising each other for this weight loss. It's not really weight loss. It's it is what it is. But they're all praising it, and these guys stick together. These guys are like it's like a almost cultish. You don't mess with people on semaglutide, which I
Because
don't. I just
because then
scroll.
you're a negative Nilly and
Yeah, I
a
just continue
naysayer.
scrolling, and
Yeah.
whatever works for you works for you. But what really irritated me this morning was post that I saw that said, "Who is gonna take the week off of their shot so they can indulge in Thanksgiving?" And that ticked me off.
How many people said, did you go into it? Did you
Huh?
read it?
Oh,
Did you
yeah, they're
go
all
in?
supporting each other. Now
Oh.
there are some people who say, "No, actually, we take this very seriously," and
Oh,
and so there were people saying, kind of making fun of this person, and so there was, and those people I respect because, yeah, I totally get being desperate to lose weight, and however, and some people on the semaglutide side do take it seriously, but
yeah.
a lot of them were like, "Oh, you're not a failure. Yeah, you take advantage, and you skip your shot." Well, they skip their shot because they don't want to throw up,
Yes.
basically, right? And who wants to throw up on Thanksgiving? So I empathize with that because, I don't want to throw up on Thanksgiving either. But is that really the kind of weight loss you want? If you have to stop a shot so you don't puke on Thanksgiving and so you can binge, that made me mad. What has made you mad this week? What has gotten under
Um,
your
well,
skin?
I don't
Minus me.
I'm trying I don't well, no, I think it's more of I don't really have it. It's only Monday. Or it's only
Well,
Tuesday.
you're a little cup of sunshine, are you not?
I've been
Jeez.
well, if you talked to me 2 weeks ago and last week, then I would have been
So
in
you're
the
over your
naysayer. Like,
irritation. Okay. So you're having a
I'm
good
I'm
week.
I'm I'm having a good week thus far, but I
Mhm.
think what's happening is more so when people do choose to do the hard things and they're
Mhm.
in this honeymoon phase, then that then when the holidays come around,
Mhm.
they have a realization that sinks in like, "Oh,
Yeah.
well, wait a minute. Like, I
Jump
feel
in the
great,
fire. Yeah.
but now, like, I wanna give up this stuff so I can, like you were saying,
Indulge.
indulge with
Yeah.
my family,
Yeah.
that I can take a break from this."
Yeah.
It's not necessarily taking breaks from it.
You can't.
That's not a thing that you can do.
Yeah.
Um, you know, it's 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 actually hard to be in the honeymoon phase and
Mhm.
stay in the honeymoon phase of
Mhm.
enjoying your lifestyle
We
change.
don't want you
But
staying there. Yeah.
um right.
Yeah.
And here's what I wrote down. You know when I'm writing things down, but
Uh-huh.
you choose a plan based on the things you don't want to give up. So a lot of these people have chosen to go the route of a shot
Yeah.
or a pill or what have you, fill in the blank,
Yeah.
because they don't want to
They don't
give
wanna
up
do the hard
things
things. Yeah.
during the holidays for sure. But guess what? There's holidays just about every month.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you think
Exactly.
about
Because
it.
we go from this
There's a
one
holiday.
directly into Christmas, directly into New Year's.
Right.
You have no. So that brings up the
It's
topic of today.
yeah.
A lot of people look at you and I, and they look at our website and they see our before and after pictures. I lost 130 pounds. You lost 75 pounds, 70 pounds. Well, actually, probably more now because
70.
70 pounds. And they look
I'm
at our
not there yet.
before and after
I've
pictures and
lost a
they're
lot,
like,
but not there.
yeah.
No.
But they're like, oh, you're lucky. Listen, we are not lucky in our weight loss. There's no luck about it. Are we happy with our weight loss? I'm going to the governor's ball in January, and I just went and tried on the most beautiful dress, of which I don't know which one to choose. I put them on Facebook. Go over there and vote because I don't know. I bought them both. But
You
it
know
was
my
really
vote.
fun putting 15 dresses in my dressing room and having them all fit. It was fun, right?
Mhm.
Fun is different than lucky. We were not
Yeah.
lucky in our weight loss. There was no luck involved. We were determined. We were serious. We put our mind to it and we didn't look away from our goal. And it was dang hard work. And it
Mhm.
is harder work keeping it off. There's
Yeah.
no luck involved in that.
No, and I feel like when you hit rock bottom, when you truly hit that rock bottom,
Mhm.
like you don't wanna go back to that
No.
because I don't like feeling blah. I don't like feeling
Mm-mm.
dark and broken. I don't like feeling like the whole world's sitting on my shoulders. I don't like
Mhm.
feeling um, overwhelmed by being a parent. I want to enjoy life. I
Mhm.
want to enjoy being a parent. I want to enjoy exercise. I want to enjoy these things,
Mhm.
but it took me to get to this point of um I need to find something that
Yeah.
truly is the key to
Yeah.
help me get where I want to be
Right.
and stay there.
Right.
Not just every 6 months.
Mhm.
I
Right.
want to stay there. I want to improve my health. I want to empower myself to be able to have my body heal itself
Yeah.
when it gets broken.
Yeah. So those people who go off plan after their honeymoon, they didn't have their enough moment. They
Mm-mm.
didn't hit rock bottom. And unfortunately, sometimes we find out that that person, when they're a client of ours, that person did not hit rock bottom in the middle of their journey. And sometimes there's a regain of 20, 30 pounds because they weren't serious. They just wanted a quick fix. And when it came to having to say no to some of these things, they weren't serious at all. So we were not lucky in our weight loss. Everybody can do it. Every single person can lose weight. You got to want it and you have to do hard things. We've done hard things for 8 years and we're
Yeah.
still doing hard things. We're still learning about our bodies. We're still learning about all of these things. But the difference is our goal never went away. Our enough moment never diminished. And so I want to just I just want to debunk the myth that losing weight is easy. And let me even talk to the shop people. Losing weight for you is not easy. Number 1, you're puking. If you're having the side effects, you're puking, right? You're feeling gross. You're not going through the correct modality of losing weight so you enjoy it and are you know eating the right nutrition, right? So on that side of it, it's hard, right? The puking and the side effects and all of those things. But technically, and let's say that you're one of those who doesn't have those things, you haven't hit hard yet until the day that you stop that shot. The day that you stop that shot, it's hard. So you're not escaping the hard by doing it. The starvation diet, Octavia. You're just delaying the inevitable. Number 1, eating that crap is gross, right? So you don't have really good food. But then when you go off of it, you're facing a 5 pound a week regain. That's hard. That is really,
Right.
really hard.
You know, I just had a picture pop into my head. It's like the difference between it's the same sport, so bowling,
Mhm.
same sport. One person has the bumpers on, the other person doesn't have the bumpers up,
Mhm.
right? When they're bowling. So
Mhm.
the people that learn the steps, the system to bowl properly
Mhm.
without the gutter bumper things,
Mhm.
it's going to take work, it takes
Mhm.
the challenge to get a
Mhm.
strike, to know when to hit the ball, or
Mhm.
how to throw the ball properly. And then you've got the person that is in the same sport, but chooses to keep the bumpers up so that they get
Mhm.
a strike all the time and it's quickly or
Mhm.
quicker, but it's not the same
Right.
in the long
Right.
haul, right?
Yeah.
So when you then decide, okay, I'm going to put the bumpers down, you then to see how much you were dependent on those bumpers on the
Yeah.
alley, right?
Yeah.
Once those things come down, once you don't have that supply anymore,
Yeah.
once you choose to go off plan and start to, um, you know, eat the way you used to,
Mhm.
or maybe even like adding new things to a meal plan that wasn't in your meal plan before,
Mhm.
you're gonna struggle
Oh, yeah.
big time. It's like you
Yeah.
have to do a major catch up instead of
Yeah.
building up a system first,
Yeah.
working hard at it, staying to it,
Yeah.
and realizing that, yeah, I've never pulled in the 300s
No.
ever, but
Yeah.
I'm
Well, and
not a
I
bowler.
think it's important to say some of those people who do the shot, some of those people truly do go in there with the right attitude. And I've seen people literally
Mhm.
change, change their eating,
Yeah.
change, and they have used this thing as a tool. More of them do not do that than do it. So there are
Yeah.
people who use that tool, and we have prepared our company for those people because those people will come to a point that they don't want to do this thing for the rest of their life. And they're like, okay, I have planned, I have changed my lifestyle on the front side. I understand the nutrition thing. Now, when it's time to wean me off of this, I understand what is going to happen when I get the food noise back. So we have pre prepped the arena for those people and we put them on a natural GLP-1 before they stop the shot, before they
Right.
get the ramifications of that food noise coming back, because those people have changed their life and they've changed their nutrition. They've already prepared the field, and some of them are exercising, some of them are feeling credible, and some of it works. So
Right.
I have to be careful of lumping. I'm a good lumper, and I don't want to do that because there are people who it has helped,
Right.
and they have done the things while
Yeah.
they wouldn't have dreamed of stopping the shot and having a binge day. They don't have cheat days. They had changed their lives as we did.
Right.
The key for those people, and if you're one of them, please reach out to us, is to get on a natural GLP-1 and get your macros in check. Do a reverse diet because you're going to need a reverse diet. I was on a GLP-1. I know how much that you can actually eat on there, which is nothing. Reverse your diet, natural GLP-1, and ease back into life. Completely
Yeah.
possible to do.
Now, if you're thinking that, just kind of going opposite of you're just lucky,
Mhm.
um, the unlucky part of a lifestyle is and when it hasn't clicked yet, is when you're so focused on weight loss only. When you're only focused on that part, that is a good sign that you are not ready for a lifestyle change for a long term
Mhm.
weight loss. Um, And we had to find out, like, when I first started, I was definitely focused on the weight loss part.
Mhm.
Um, and, but the difference between that myself was I was not only at rock bottom, but I had this growth mindset. It's just my
Mhm.
personality of like, how can I always improve myself?
Right.
When somebody gives me the key to a good system that works and
Mhm.
it makes sense, then I'm going to work hard at that. And I understand that not everybody is. So how Coach Monica, this is my question,
Mhm.
is how if somebody is not in a growth mindset about weight loss or
Mhm.
getting healthy, what would be a good tool that they could use to help them get out of that fixed mindset of that
Mhm.
in that cycle of always just thinking, "Oh, I need to
Yeah.
it's time to lose weight.
Well,
Oh,
I
now."
think that's where the cool science part of the lifestyle that we teach, of the ketogenic lifestyle, the carnivore lifestyle, that automatically comes in and gives them a crutch. So that, because I think it's really great. I love honeymoon phases. I love the first part of our phases because it pushes our clients to want more and to open that growth mindset up. So they come to us saying, "Hey, I have failed every diet in the book. They come to us saying they failed before they even start. I've
Yeah.
done everything. You're my last resort." The cool thing about our lifestyle is, in the one we teach, is it's a natural GLP-1. It naturally will silence the food noise in your head as you eat more fats, as you eat more protein. It's automatically silencing that and helping assist you in getting rid of the sugar, in getting rid of the carbs, and getting rid of the old mindset. So naturally, it pushes you. And you and I can tell when we are in a weight loss support groups on Mondays. You and I can tell when those ketones hit our clients.
Yeah.
Naturally, they start glowing. They just perk up. They're different people, and they may have only lost 10 pounds at the time, but we know when that kicks in, it shows on their faces. And so that's
Yeah.
a natural remedy for growth mindset, because then you're feeling good, then you're wanting more, then you're like, "Okay, coach, tell me more. Take me the next step," because the ketones are
Right.
speaking for them.
Right. Well, that next step actually would be the mindset, because
Mhm.
you can't have one without the other. You can't
Mm-mm.
have the body, mind, and spirit separately without,
Right.
with the idea of long term health.
Right.
So the mental part is going to help you remember
Mhm.
the way you were before,
Mhm.
because you can easily get used to the new body that you have formed.
Yeah.
You can get used to the energy that you have. And for some reason, we just quickly forget things
Mhm.
of how
Oh,
we
yeah,
used to feel.
we do.
And
And
we are
that's a
like, "Oh,
really
yeah, like."
yeah. That's a bad way, probably a bad method as a coach. And if you're a fellow coach out here, don't do this, because it's really dangerous. But I always pray, "God, show me what I felt like when I was in this client's exact spot." And he always does.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
most of the time, what happens is we become average again. I'll never
Yeah.
forget the time, from posting my 270-pound pictures to posting, what my goal weight. Um, that euphoria lasted for me for about 3 months. It was about 3 months where I felt sexy, I felt pretty, I felt all of the things. And then after that, I remember the day I became average again.
Mhm.
That impacts your head. That
It
impacts
really
your head a
does.
lot. And
Yeah.
becoming average kind of takes away the pull to stay healthy. And I think that's what a lot of,
Mhm.
so if you don't like your lifestyle, if you can't eat those soy fiber sawdust filled bars for the rest of your life, don't ever start them. Don't ever start
Right.
them, because it's going to
Right.
take the rest of your life.
But we've also built up, being the size that you are, the weight gained, all those things. There's a reason why
Hmm.
we've gotten to that point. So it
Hmm.
could have been just that you've let your guard down, you've focused on
Yeah.
other people, and you just kind of that's a lot of moms out there.
Hmm.
We just typically put other people first. There's
Hmm.
been a lot of trauma,
Hmm.
childhood trauma, adult
Yeah.
trauma, all those things. The dependency, your specialty in the addictions world, like there's so many things that have put us where we
Hmm.
are, or where we were,
Yeah.
and you have got to be able to get it out of your head, and
Yeah.
and
You got to open that can of worms.
you've got to do the hard
Hmm.
things. It's not just luck that
Mm-mm.
we've stayed in maintenance for you're
Yeah.
going on 8 years, I'm on 5 years. It's not just luck, because if we just depended on luck, we
No.
would be back we would be
Back.
back where we were,
Right.
because we were like we've been in a depressed mode even when we were
Yeah.
in maintenance. We
Right.
got used to
Without knowing
being
it.
average, so that made
Mhm.
us, yeah.
And we didn't
So
deal with the
there's
the worms in our closet, right? Or what is in the
Right.
closet? I forget what's in the closet, but we didn't deal with it. Worms are
The
in the
junk.
can, the junk in the closet.
Junk
The
closet.
the hardest thing that happened in my journey was when my pastor said, "Monica, I'm proud of what you've done on the outside, but now it's time to deal with the inside."
Yeah.
And it was the worst part of my journey, the scariest, and I went to counseling. And it was the most painful part of my journey, but it was the most important part of my journey. I
Yeah.
didn't want to talk about those things. I didn't want to deal with them. I didn't want to admit them. And
Yeah.
then I had to deal with my food addiction and talk about how I stole food in a nursing home. I had to actually say those words out loud. And thankfully, Dr. Tarman was right there because I
Yeah.
don't know if I could have handled that or if I would have ever even admitted it. And
Yep.
so losing weight is not lucky. You're not lucky if you lose weight. One
Right.
of the really scary parts, and going back to the shot, one of the really scary parts for me after going through it naturally is the lack of mental health care for those people on the shot. For every pound that came
Yeah.
off of me, I had 5 pounds of crap uncovered. And so when now all of that weight magically falls off and they're not dealing with the mental health side of things, that is dangerous. Very, very
Yeah.
dangerous. And
That's
why
when
the
they
weight
come up
comes
with those
back.
messages
Mhm.
messages about Thanksgiving and who's gonna
Yeah.
get off the shot to binge
Yeah.
eat on Thanksgiving. Like,
You don't binge. You don't
mm-mm.
binge on a lifestyle. If you cannot go to Thanksgiving this year and enjoy yourself and are Darcy and I going to turn things down? You bet you we are. We are. But if you can't go to Thanksgiving and be completely satisfied and completely participate with everybody else, you are on the wrong lifestyle.
Yeah.
Darcy and I just put out a very big crisis in our family. I don't know if we put it out yet, but we brought it up and we put it on the table because I'm
What's that?
concerned. I'm concerned that
I'm concerned.
not enough people have signed up for treats. And in going through the
Ah!
invitation list from my mother and going through what everybody's bringing, I'm concerned that we're not going to have any uh, sugar-free, healthy desserts. Thankfully, we found this issue before.
I was listen. Okay, and that brings me to my point of doing the hard things and that we're not just lucky. Uncovering my psoriasis. Let me tell you,
Mm-mm. Hmm.
that was not a fun thing I had to give up. Um, but a lot of times we like to just waltz around with whatever
Mhm.
autoimmune disease that we
Yeah.
have, whatever issues that genetics that we carry around. We like to dance around with it. We like to, you know, um, even dance around fire with it. Just it's
Mhm.
dangerous.
It
It's
becomes
one of
our
those things
identity.
where it is our yeah,
Yeah.
it does, and I was not about to let this embarrassment of psoriasis be my identity.
Mhm.
So, canceling out the dairy was a hard thing for me to do.
Mhm.
I'm like day 93 now on no dairy, and I've been carnivore as well. Like, I am not enjoying this. It's
Mhm.
not a fun experience,
Mhm.
but I'm allowing my body to heal itself. I'm
Mhm.
allowing the psoriasis to subside. I'm allowing myself to learn if it is the dairy causing my psoriasis flare up, which it
Mhm.
is.
Unfortunately, you
So,
found that.
and unfortunately, it could affect, the things that I make as
Which brought up
as
the crisis.
which brought up the crisis of, usually I bring the tarts, I
I
usually bring
know.
the keto treats, I usually now needless to say, I could still make them. My
I
heart's just
wouldn't.
not gonna be in it.
I wouldn't.
But
I would say
I
you all are
doesn't
suffering with
mean
me.
I'm not gonna not enjoy Thanksgiving. What I'm going
Right.
to do is I have a plan.
Yeah.
And usually when people get to this point of like, "Woe is me," they become a martyr. We talk
Martyr.
about that a lot.
Yep.
"Woe is me, I can't enjoy life anymore. What's the point of living if I can't enjoy food?"
Yep.
Um, in the same breath, like, I'm not gonna let what I'm going through stop me from feeling the way
Mhm.
I am and allowing my body to heal itself.
Right.
Um, I am going to adjust what
Adjust.
I do.
Mhm. Right.
and that will be for myself. Now, whether or not people will enjoy whatever pumpkin creation I come
Mhm.
up with, no,
Mhm.
that's not 100% carnivore, but
Mhm.
it's pumpkin, and
Yeah.
so that's my decision. But I'm gonna make it, and I'm
Yeah.
going to enjoy it because I know that I've been without for 90 days.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be sad about it. I
It's
know
life.
that I am
Suck
healing.
it up,
It's life.
buttercup,
Yeah,
right?
I will adjust. I will have alternatives.
Yeah.
People do it all the time when they have sensitivities to certain foods. Like, they do it all the
Yeah.
time when they're
Well,
allergic.
the problem is we live in a society that's poisoning our own citizens with these
Mhm.
chemicals, and we have become so used to being fed these things that are not even food.
Yeah.
We um just looking at the Little Debbie's packages and those lovely Christmas trees that everybody was there's no food in it.
It's nutritionally dense.
There's
That's
no
the
food in it.
majority of
So,
our food.
yeah. So, is there a grieving process? I just went through with my clients, one of my clients yesterday. I just went through the 5 stages of grieving because there are things that I've had to grieve over.
Mhm.
And I went through all of them. I went through denial, I went through arguing, I went through crying. I went through it all. It was not we did not lose weight. We did not lose nearly 200 pounds, and it wasn't easy. We did it
Right.
naturally, which is the way we believe that it should be done. We did it naturally. It was hard work.
Mhm.
But on this side of things, we got our life back and we live in freedom. Oh my gosh, I got to tell you this story. I'm not going to cry when I do. So, Sunday, I posted about it on Facebook. Sunday, we have this ministry here in Elkhart called Spa Ministries, and it's similar to Teen Challenge for men. It's drug and alcohol addiction. And I noticed when I got to church, the 2 pews behind me were saved, and I'm like, "Oh, some big family must be coming." Well, it was the ladies from Spa. They were
Mm.
the residents from Spa. I my post on Facebook said, "Who you worship with matters." Because when you sit like they just smudged us right into the I was so glad I didn't move my seat because I'm like, I would pay these women to come to my church every Sunday because the life that they brought to worship, they sang with the very fiber of their soul. Like
Mhm.
the worship, we sang the song, "You Are My Living Hope," and the
Mhm.
freedom that that song brings. I could not sing because I was sobbing because these women were singing from the depths of their soul. And I thought to myself, these women are free.
Mhm.
These women are experiencing ultimate freedom away from the chemicals of addiction. I went through the same thing. And so I don't know if it was my inner addict that was relating to their inner addict. I bawled the entire service, and I'm like, I will pay them to come sit behind me because the energy that they brought to worship. And I think if people experienced the freedom that you and I have found from being free of that weight that surrounded our organs, from the weight that pounded on our knees, if we knew how free we really were, people would be happy to give up the Little Debbies. They would
Yeah.
be so happy if they could just experience that freedom. And number 2, why are we not singing like these women? Because we've been freed from hell. We have been freed from the pit of hell and from sin. We've been freed from it all. Why in the world would we keep our hands by our sides? And why would we look around? So it was challenging for me as a worship experience because we're not singing like we're free.
Mm.
Half of those times we go to church, we're not singing like we mean it. And I'm like, I heard those women sing from their gut. And I just why aren't we doing that? Why aren't we doing that? And why don't we want to become free like that? Why do we want to be shackled by these foods that are killing us?
Because it's work.
To work.
It's
Yeah.
work to set yourself free.
Mhm.
And when it shouldn't really, I mean, if we're gonna go on the religious part
Mhm.
part, that's not a it's not a whole lot of work when you just, let
Mhm.
yourself be surrendered to God.
Mhm.
But then again, it still does take work,
Mhm.
to know who
Hard
he
work.
is.
Yeah.
But we are so addicted to convenience
Mhm.
and, being comfortable.
Yeah.
that we don't want to go beyond that. We don't want to
Yeah.
go beyond our any discomforts because it's just so
Mhm.
inconvenient.
That is almost
Um,
worse than the food itself. Food is addictive, but it's the convenience that's almost
it
addictive or
really is. It really is. But the fact is, we might not get to have a Thanksgiving treat if we
right.
don't make it.
If we don't make it, which you know what that means. I
You better get to work.
I'm gonna get to work because I'm very concerned about this. So whose responsibility is it to bring a nice keto treat to it's my
It's
responsibility.
your own. So if you bring one and I bring one, I might bring two, then we'll have at least three.
Problem is we have 11 of us. And that's
Well,
another
they
thing,
can
y'all.
bring their own.
When you change your life, people follow you.
They really do.
And now we have a whole family who there's 11 of us. I haven't done a recent count, but there's 11 of us who care what we put in our bodies.
Yeah.
Makes Thanksgiving a little bit more difficult or a
Yeah.
little more exciting. I don't know. It was not easy to lose 130 pounds. I was not lucky. Coach Darcy was not lucky. We were not one of the lucky ones.
Yeah.
We worked for it.
Yeah.
We worked
You know,
hard for it.
I had a flashback of the days when I was seeking out the answers and I was trying all the whole foods, but all the wrong whole foods, like the
Mhm.
quinoa and the things that have weird names, tofu, you know, things like that that were and honey was another go-to, refried beans, like that was the other one, thinking that I was trying to find the right combination.
Uh-huh.
And then I see these MLM companies and the pictures. You know, those pictures do a lot more
Mhm.
than you think, especially when somebody is in that line of desperation and they're
Mhm.
saying, "Oh, well, that worked for them. That person was about my size, or that person looked like they lost a lot of weight on that."
Mhm.
So I understand and can
Mhm.
relate to you when you are looking at those
Yes.
pictures and
Yes.
wanting it right now. You want
Mhm.
that thin body right
Yeah.
now. You want the easiest route to take
Yeah.
to get where you want to be. And
Yeah.
let me tell you from experience and a lot of money
A
spent,
lot of money.
a lot of money, that it does not fix the root cause of
Nope.
where you are right now.
I love your wraps. Those are my favorite.
You say that, and they made
You know,
no sense to me.
I found shampoo that smells like them.
Oh,
It's
did you?
yeah, peppermint. I love those wraps. They
Yeah,
didn't take a pound off of your body.
right. No.
I was doing nutritional pills and shakes. Didn't do anything.
Any dermatologist, any esthetician, they might have certain products that
Mhm.
they know because they learn
Mhm.
about your bodies just as much as a doctor
Yeah.
does. Like they
Yeah.
have to know the skin and how it
Yeah.
works. They know that it comes down to a lot of the nutrition that you're putting in your
Yeah.
body.
100%. And
You can put
there's a reason why we chose the GLP-1 that we did because
yeah,
there's no magic in that. It's fixing your gut. It's a
yeah,
probiotic and it's
right,
fixing your gut and it's connecting your natural GLP-1 to your brain so that you don't experience the cravings. And so some of
right.
those things are not bad. I'm sure with your company, I know with my company that I was with, it made me feel great because I was so deprived of nutrition and vitamins from eating crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did do. But it
Mine
didn't make me lose weight.
Mine didn't make me feel great. I was trying to tell myself that
Yes.
this was working.
Yes. Placebo, like a placebo
Yeah,
effect.
it was a lot of money for
Yeah.
placebo, pills to take, and I
Mhm.
wanted the results that I kept seeing these
Mhm.
other images or,
Yeah.
these other people that were selling it. I wanted that so
Mhm.
badly
Yeah.
that I was willing to keep dishing out the money. Well, maybe
Yeah.
this month it will work. Well, maybe
Right.
this month it's gonna work. Well, maybe
Yeah.
this month,
Yeah.
instead, like, the only reason if I did lose weight, but the only reason why I lost weight was because I was
Mhm.
putting certain things in my body food-wise
Mhm.
that and not putting certain things in my body food-wise that
Yeah.
was causing me to be overweight and depressed.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's not easy, but it is possible. And the other thing is, you don't have to gain weight over the holidays.
No.
You really don't. Darcy and I lost 20 pounds from Thanksgiving to January 1st when we went through our
Mhm.
weight loss. You don't have to. You don't have to gain weight.
Right.
You don't have to starve yourself. You
No.
don't have to miss out. When I have a client come to me and say, well, Monica, I'm just going to skip this party. Like, why are we skipping the party? Why are we
Yeah.
skipping the party? That's not real life.
Right.
Here's what you do at that party. Here's how you act. Here's what you eat. Here's what you do at the party. You never skip a party. Now, minus, I have to stand up for my addiction soul, because there are some things that, you can't send an alcoholic into a bar and say, hold my beer. You can't
Right.
do that, right?
Right.
There's some things that you legitimately have to either have a wingman, or you've got to be extra covered and extra protected if you struggle with food addiction.
Mhm.
But you're not skipping parties. You're going to go to the party with the food that you want. You're going to go to the party. You're not going to the party with Weight Watchers meals. You're not doing that, but you're going to the dang party,
Mhm.
right? So it's not easy. Now, here, let's talk about the exciting thing, because we got Black Friday coming.
Oh, yeah.
And we are really excited about Black Friday. We try to dig as deep as we can, because I know I'm figuring out how these Good Friday or Black Friday sales work on Amazon. They've been raising their prices for the last couple of weeks.
They
I just caught on to
have.
that. They've been raising their
Oh.
prices.
Although
And
Bibles are a really good price right now if you want a Bible.
okay. Okay. So if you need a Bible or if you need weight loss, we found the deals.
They work hand in hand.
Yeah. Yeah. So Black Friday, we have, in fact, I don't know the CEO of this company, but I have a
don't
feeling
either.
that the coupon is activated now. I don't know. Didn't talk to her. But if you go, oh, why is there's a down thumb.
What did you do?
Reverse? I don't. Oh.
You're
Oh,
so full of
I'm
surprises.
so full of surprises.
I
But
can't do
Black
that.
Friday, we're taking $150 off all of our coaching packages, minus the month to month. Those are not. But month to month, if you're in our weight loss support group, we are giving a free month away.
Wait a minute.
So
That's not a deal. You can't
it was
keep
your
secrets.
idea.
Listen, Linda.
It was your
That's for
idea, and you made the
next
graphic,
month.
and it's on the. Oh,
It's
was
for
that the wrong
next
month?
month. You should talk to your person more often,
Oops.
because here's the
Because
deal,
I've
people.
already
Because
enacted it.
the CEO of the company gave this Black Friday deal that says one day only on Monday last week. She started it last week. So instead of throwing it up on Black Friday,
Well, you got to preview the sale. You got to preview those marketing people. Tell me,
and
you
now
got to.
she's
What is it?
now she's
Jab,
previewing what our next deal is.
jab, 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 right hook is what my book says.
You don't have patience, though. You got to let it surprise out.
Well, the lucky people who are watching us live know that it is live now. Those other people will have no idea.
Yeah.
On Good Friday, we're taking $150 off of our coaching packages.
not
So
Good
what
Friday,
you do,
but
let me
Black
tell you what
Friday.
you do. Black Friday or Good Friday? Did I say Good Friday? What you do, you go to our website, kmhealthcoaching.org. You go over to coaches, you pick out your coach, you pick out your package, and you apply the coupon. Can I say that? Can I say it?
Well, wait a minute. No, you were giving away next month's surprise.
If you ask us about next month, it's possible that we figure out how to put you in. So
I can't. I'm just gonna keep all these a surprise until
don't
the-
tell the
Don't
CEO
tell.
the marketing packages that you've created. If you're on our Facebook page, you may or may not have seen the coupon code just dropped into the comments section. So
I don't own this company, so the boss is free to do whatever she wants.
coupon code's in there. You want to make sure you grab it, and because it will disappear the day after.
You asked
So
me yesterday if I was crying during my
yes,
show, and you made me cry today,
you
but now
clickbaited it.
I'm crying again.
You clickbaited it. Yeah. The cool thing about it is if you get the 3-month package, you'll have a coach throughout the holiday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you got her walking with you straight through the holiday all the way into almost February. So
You
that's
know
really
what's
cool.
great to take with you to these parties that you were talking about? An
Hmm.
accountability partner.
Yes. Yes. I think I called that person a wingman in our group.
Oh, that
Came
is
up with it.
but the wingman is also pointed to another job.
Does it mean something else that I
It
don't know?
Well, it usually means if somebody's single and they're like, "Hey, I need a wingman to go hook up with that
Oh.
person."
Oh, well,
That's
that's
what
not what I meant. I
that's what a
meant somebody
wingman
who will
is.
fight mother-in-law off, fight Grandma Susie off and say,
Yeah.
"Back off. We are living a certain way." Protect her. Yeah.
Accountability.
Take somebody
That's a
with you.
great word.
Yeah.
It's a great word.
Accountability. Yeah. Yeah. And if you pay these coaches enough, they'll go with you too. So,
Yeah.
oh,
And
in
my
reality, when you have a coach to come back home to, you don't go off plan. You don't. Because here's the thing. Here's what we are not. We are not, I got to put it, I'll speak for myself. I am not a soft hearted coach. I'm not. I'm going to tell you how it is. Now, there's times that I give them smooches and I hug them. And, there's times, not very often, because I want to see you successful and I want to see this thing work and I want to see you fight through the hard stuff. And so, this coach, if you need an intuitive coach, do not use our code that I just placed in the comments section. Do not use that because we are not your
we are
coaches.
not.
No. We want to see it work.
No. And if you're just wanting to do this short term,
Nope.
nope,
Keep
it's
scrolling,
not
go to
gonna
Weight
work.
Watchers. Not for us.
If you
Right?
want lifelong
Yeah.
health changes
Yeah.
and empowerment,
Yep.
we're your people.
We live it. We live it. We don't. It's not something that we. Hey, we lost the weight. Now we're back eating the carbs. We're back doing the things underground.
Yeah.
We're leaving exactly what we tell our clients to do every
Yeah.
single day. So, by
There
the
are
way, if
no
you are
one
a
bites.
client of ours and you are watching this, there are several of you who have not scheduled with me this
Oh.
week.
It's a
What's
shame.
up with that?
This is You better call her ASAP.
Did your client schedule with you
Yes.
before?
And
What
you know
the
what?
heck?
Because I told him at our last meeting, I'm like, "Hey, you got 2 days because Wednesday's off. I apparently am making keto treats for Coach Monica on Wednesdays." So, Coach has
Mhm.
been busy with clients the past 2
Yeah.
days. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Wednesday is very light, but apparently I have people who have not scheduled with me. So, what the
Schedule.
heck? What the heck? All right, guys, we're here every Tuesday morning. Hey, we got a podcast coming out today, coming out
Yeah.
this afternoon. Um, you'll want to download it. It's
Which
one
one
of a
is it?
two-parter. It
Oh, yeah.
is about habits. So we've got a podcast that's coming out in a few
Yeah.
hours. So please run over to Beyond the Scale, Weight Loss and Wellness with Coach Darcy. Go download that. Go click get notified because you'll just get notified when we have a new release. We are here every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have any questions, if you are struggling and you want to use that coupon, I dropped it in the comments. I'm sure if Darcy is a nice coach, I'm sure she will go over to her personal page and drop it too.
I've already done it.
But she may not. She may not because
I already
apparently
did
she
it.
doesn't want you to have it until Good Friday,
I'm just
Black
following
Friday.
what the boss is telling me to do, and she posted it last week, so I posted it because, oh, I guess it's not Friday, but
I
okay.
can't hold secrets. That's my problem. I want to.
Just
In
hold
fact,
on one for Christmas.
I gave our dad his Christmas present because I couldn't wait anymore.
Oh my
Has he shown
goodness.
it to you yet? He'll probably wear it on Thanksgiving, which may cause some family disruptions. I don't know. But I can't hold presents back.
I'm sure he doesn't care.
I'm sure he doesn't. All right, guys. You all have an amazing Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Stay on plan. If you're a client, stay on plan. Schedule with your coach for next week. so that we can get
Or
you
this
back
week.
on this week. Yeah, apparently half of you this week need to schedule with your coaches. And we'll be back here next Tuesday morning at 11 a.m.
Yes.
All right.
Bye.
Take care, guys. Oh, we have a
We have it.
situation. We have a situation. If you know of
We
any
can't
other
play your video.
streaming device besides Restream, please let us know because we're very unhappy with Restream. Not happy. So we're gonna have an awkward shift off into the
In
live
Vogue.
vicinity, and there will be no closing today. So
Nope.
we're gonna